Okay. Well, welcome everyone to Team Berserk Talk number 33. This one might actually come out, soon. I know these always take fucking forever to come out, but we're here to talk about the yellow spoilers, and we have a special guest here. We have Kevin from the Doods. Everyone give him a nice, warm welcome there.
Hi.
But let's just kick it right off the bat. It's going to be a shorter episode. We only got basically one color that's complete. We usually like to do it when the colors are complete. And as for right now, as we're recording, green hasn't officially been finished yet. So that will be our next color to tackle if we are doing it exactly next week. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But just to start off the party here, I guess I'll start off with a card that I mentioned on the last, I was either the last team talk or the team talk before that for yellow, was the SS Son Gohan Furious Training. So this was the one drop that when it's played, look at top 5, add 1 yellow unison with a specified cost 3 or less among them to your hand. So very simple, searcher, all that. The cool thing about it that I really liked was the activate main limit 1, pay 2 yellow energy. If you have 3 or more yellow energy and you place this card in the owner's drop area, play 1 SS2 Son Gohan Z Fighter from your hand with 3 markers on it. This is kind of the first battle card that's kind of evolving into a unison. Like, if you're looking at it in that sense, right? It's an active main, sure, you're taking from the deck, whatever, but basically that's what it's happening. It's a battle card that's turned into a unison, and I know this is the last official unison set, so it's kind of cool seeing them just pushing the borders with stuff like this. We're like, yeah, fuck it, let's just go nuts. Battle card into unison, all that. But I think that'd be my main pick that's really stood out from the kind of that Gohan's, the Goku, Yardrat, Dripku, whatever the fuck you want to call them. But Carl, I know you got your eyes nice and keen there. Yeah, no. You still look. You lied. You said you were ready. What the fuck?
I said I overlook yellow. There's like, if you go to me, I'm just gonna talk about artwork, because mostly like that's cool for you.
Yeah, please.
One thing that I like is the kind of, I'm gonna bring back, compare with the Magic and all, but the yellow deck with the planeswalkers. Yeah, Unison, aka planeswalkers. I find it really interesting, but I think I'm not fond of it. I think I'm more excited about the Namekian side and everything.
Whoa.
And with the skillless package and stuff, looks pretty good. But most, for me, overlook cards, I think it's fine. It's fine. That's I'm still looking for a card
that stands
pop
out,
up.
jump.
Yeah, for me, because like yellow, I'm not a big yellow player, so it doesn't stand out. But I really like the artwork about the Z Fighters. I think the team and stuff is getting good, and it's maybe the only artwork you're gonna see Yamcha looking almost Super Saiyan.
There you go. Yeah, that you're saying art on that too. I forgot to mention one that I wanted to mention about because of the art. I don't think the card's great, but the pre-release, the Trunks the Empowered, I think that with the background looks super sick. Do I think the card's that great? It's another one drop unison. Sure, you can get 10k, whatever, but it just looks really cool. That was the only thing looking at that. The future Gohan, I think, slightly better, and I just think it doesn't look as cool. That was the only reason why the Trunks was over, because both of them don't really blow you away, which is okay for a pre-release. Like, it doesn't need to be anything completely snapped, just something that looks cool, right? That's gets you in there, the eye candy, the cardboard crack. But yeah, Kevin, did you have any standout picks from yellow, or at least the Yardrat side of yellow?
When it comes to yellow, the card that you mentioned, the Gohan, I think it's cool, but I feel like it's not completely necessary. It depends on the deck. It's like icing on the cake. Like if you have it, you have it. If you don't, then it's just kind of useless in later turns.
True, because most of them are empowered, so you're just gonna stack up over all the others.
So that's why that's why, like, but you're not gonna use the other effect that, like, kind of what makes it stand out, the activate main 2 energy.
Sure.
Yeah, and like with the amount of removal that is in this game now, it wouldn't surprise me if the card doesn't live.
That's true.
That's the only thing about it. But my favorite card from like from like this from just like the generic yellow stuff with the cell games. Sorry, I can't think that much. Is the SS2 Sun Gohan Z Fighter Unison?
Hmm. The one that this one brings out.
Yes, the one that this one brings out. Only reason why is because I think this card in particular is perfect for a Helku.
Yeah. No, that's 100%.
Because yeah, I just think that this card and Helku, along with like the other one other support card that this card came with, is really good in my opinion. And summoning this like turn 3 is not threatening whatsoever. It's not like it's not that much. Like what is it called? There's
It's not much of a risk.
Yeah, risk. Sorry, thank you. The word was escaping me, but it's not much of a risk playing it turn 3 only because it'll have 6 markers. Use the +1, you'll be at 7. So like, if they could get rid of a 720k unison, then good on them because I don't know how they did that.
Kai SCR.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's an
I know, I'm just
SCR.
saying, that's the only answer.
That's the and I'm like that's an SCR. Come on.
There's the old Broly BR chain that can do it, but no one plays that now.
Not as much, but like you'll be surprised. Some people still play it, and the ones that still do are usually good pilots.
True. Well, the point, one advantage is when you surprise your opponent with random stuff, it's gonna usually get in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, true. The pilot is a big equation in this.
Yeah, so that's basically my favorite card. I think it's very good. I think it has utility with other leaders, and it's that's basically it. It's just good.
Yeah, and just I know we're not talking too much about the SPRs, but that SPR is fucking amazing too. That was ridiculous.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Walking through the Kamehameha, it's like one of the sickest moments that he has, and it's just like, yep, here it is. Have fun.
Yeah, because I remember the other one was when he was fighting against Bojack.
Yeah, which it's like, it looks cool, but it's just like, it's about no one cares about that. This is what we care about.
It doesn't compare.
Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing compares
I think
to this.
there's one slight thing I think they could have done with this, since it's the Z Fighter team, is that all the Unison could have joined up together to do like a mosaic kind of art.
Yeah,
like
it's called the SCR.
Oh, like the SCRs.
Yeah, I mean like
that's the intro.
Z?
That's all it is.
Bigger picture, like what's it called?
They tried that with the SCRs in fucking set 13 or whatever, right? They're like, oh look, they all go together, and you put them together. Like, what the hell are you talking about? There's like 3 lines that connect. Like what was it, Rebelu, Xenosin? Yeah, it was just like.
There was also the they did this in the past with the ones that connect,
the World Tournament,
the Soul Striker Leader and the Goku Black. Yeah, like
those
that
ones
they tried that.
Those ones I don't think are too bad. Just none of the cards except for now we see the Android 21 actually having use in Android 16. But
yeah,
the linked ones from the World Tournament, those ones were like perfect. Like they were drawn as full art cards. Like they all worked very well together. Like the colors worked, and I don't know. I'd love to see that stuff again, but when I don't think we'll ever get a themed booster again. I think the last one was Clash of Fate. I guess some of the draft boxes were like they were kind of
God
themed.
themed.
They were kind of themed, but nothing like World Tournament. Which don't get me wrong, I love that set, but you could probably get a box for $20. So it's the Clash of Fates. That was another one where it's just like it's cool. All that stuff works together. You get a box set and you could make a deck really quickly out of that stuff because of how well it worked. But it was only kind of in that set that it kind of worked.
It's like we may be surprised in the future. Like already in the TP right now, we're getting support by the band with the Dodoria with the Freezer Leader.
That's true. And I still have yet to pull one. I really want to because I really want to run that shit. Because that was fun. I ran that with the Red Ginyu stuff. And no, for real. Those artworks, I would have loved that, but hey, that's my grain of salt. Hey, but Briar, what tickling your fancy? I know you like to make 90% of the decks that come out, so.
I mean,
We all
yeah,
know that you're into the green guy with the long member.
yes, yes, long arm. No, for the Dripku archetype itself, like I don't know, I can't say there's like one specific card I like the most because it all kind of ties together rather well because of how the playstyle is. I feel like the Vegeta Unison is like the most critical one to get off your top 5 search, and like, or at least like, yeah, you get it off your top 5 search, then you pay the one, play the next ones and all that. Because of how the deck works and everything, like it's basically like a beatdown deck, right? So like you're playing a Unison, swinging with it, then you're using leader swing with it, put another one on top, swing with it. So you want to make it where you see that Vegeta either like first, like either like you play that and then you do your leader swing to play like to go into the other ones, or use it for the sake of the empower. That way you're also KOing something, but you want to get that Vegeta gone off your board because when he leaves your board, you draw a card, right? So it's your draw engine as well. So it's letting you're gonna cycle through a lot of stuff. You're gonna do a lot of swings, and if you do. If you have him out with like I think it's the 4 markers, he KOs someone, gets plus 5k, so he ends up being a 15k. So early game you don't care anyways. And with how the deck's just designed, you're either negating skills, you're resting stuff, you're KOing stuff, but you're still drawing cards, so you're still getting a lot of gas, and then you're still able to defend yourself with at least one open energy with the repose. So like you're still fine overall. It's just you have that potential to brick, right? That's the only like kind of risky thing about the deck itself, but like it's just a yellow beatdown deck, really. Like if you're not punching, what the fuck are you doing? That's the way I see it for that deck. But I would say the Vegeta is really, really important. That's like probably the Vegeta and the Piccolo are probably the 2 most important cards to see in that archetype for when you're going through your Unison strategies.
No, and a thing to mention with that Unison stuff is kind of like how we were saying it in the red episode, where it's kind of like go wild. The red one, yeah, let's have 20 markers on a Unison, and now this yellow one's just like every other kind of interaction we've had with like replacing Unisons or anything like that. It's been you can play this card with this cheaper cost if you don't have a Unison, or search your deck and play a Unison if you don't have a Unison in play. And now this is like, no, we're using this in power where you're stacking your shit up. And I know later on when we get to the green episode, that's kind of what we're seeing in that archetype too, which is just cool to see that they're just, it's right at the end, but they're just like, you know what, let's get 8 markers, turn 2, start going ham, spirit boost, whatever the fuck you want. We had so many things with Unisons. Go wild, go nuts. And like Kevin was saying, with having 7 markers on that Gohan, drawing 1, and then essentially if you have enough Unisons in the drop, which should be very easy for that deck because you keep cycling them out into your drop area, then boom, you're wiping the board because it gets that effect that, what is it? It's for every Unison in your drop. If this is played with 4 more markers, anything in rest mode, ignoring barriers, like white.
Dead.
Yeah, so that early in the game, you have fucking 3 in the drop. Even if against like Gogeta Xeno or King Piccolo. King Piccolo has a little more guys than Gogeta Xeno, but Gogeta Xeno, they're bigger bodies. They're going to be swinging to your face and gone. Just like, okay, restart your package again next turn, buddy. So it's nice to see.
If they have the resources.
Yeah, so that's the thing too, because Gogeta Xeno, especially if they're going super aggro, they can lose their hand really quick. But that was a nice little thing on that.
What I discovered is that you just don't focus on the board; you focus on the leader. When you're facing against Gogeta, basically it's just do now, worry later kind of mentality when you want to face against Gogeta.
100%. And then Josh, did you have your pick there for Dripku?
1 drop Trunks because it works in Trunks. It doesn't have barrier, but it just promotes the 3 drop EX evolve. So it's a good addition to the deck. Being a 15k attacker, one of the issues that I have with Trunks is dropping from 6 to 4.
Yes.
For your super combos. So he just, another option that you have to drop down to at least 5, so then you have your token negates live.
Because that's always been my problem with these new leaders, that they awaken, like take life until you're at 6. That's always been my biggest issue with with how those leaders awaken and how much life they take, because I feel like 5 is the perfect number.
Yeah, 5 is a good number, and being 5 is where your free token negates start popping off. That's why I like it. So he promotes that transition between 6 where you're stuck and 5
Yep.
against slower leaders especially. Like if you're getting swung at, you don't care. It's an extra 15k attack if you really want it, but you're at that point you're on survival mode, so it don't matter. But yeah, the 1-drop trunks.
Fair enough. I think that was definitely a good way to wrap that up, because you're bringing it back to a deck that has been seeing a lot of play, and I know you've been playing it a lot, and definitely has been successful for what it is. With the Piccolo stuff, I'm just going easy. The fucking leader. We finally got another Namekian leader. Like that's
Yes.
beautiful. And
Yes.
it actually, the leader itself, I know people have speculation on the cards. There's not a lot of protection, all that. I don't give a shit. The actual leader itself looks decent. You're putting a Namekian underneath, and then I think this honestly might be the first leader where you're drawing something and then searching top 5. Like, I'm trying to think of anything else. It's either you're putting one under or putting one to the drop, drawing 2. I don't think it's ever been a search and a draw at the same time between the same attack.
To me, it reminds me a lot of Cell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cell, but
Zeno.
Cell was Cell Zeno, yeah. But I'm saying even the older Cell, it's like the one that rebooted,
Put one under,
and then draw 2, right?
Yeah.
So this one is draw, and then you look top 5, in which this deck basically everything's Namekian, right? So you find your next piece that you can put underneath, or your next target that you want to go into, and yeah, that's all fine. But that helps with the awakening condition, where if there are 2 or more cards under this, you can use your awaken early and then cut down to 5 life. But on the backside is where those cards are not really lost, because you can use those for your Union Absorb and or whatever the hell. I think it's Union Absorb is what most of them are. Or I don't think any of them are fusion. But yeah, your Union Absorb, you can use it right from the leader. So you're not really negging on those cards, because besides you'd use them from your hand or anything like that, which I think is really cool. So hand size doesn't seem like it's going to be a huge issue with this deck, but that's my thing. I kind of like the front of the leader better. I just like that pose with Piccolo throwing his turban and shoulder pads, whatever you want to call them, just off. That's just the coolest thing that Piccolo always does. So I'm loving the front. The back obviously is cool, but come on.
I think the effect is amazing on the back.
Yeah.
They added a lot of little extras that I didn't expect. Like the activate battle, just once per turn getting a free 5k. That's a leader swing. Like that's pretty good. Having the battle cards from under your leader being used for the Union Absorb saves cards.
Yeah.
So that's why the little things I think are super cool.
No, and that's the thing too, because you're still doing that effect on the back. You're still putting Namekians underneath. This time you're just drawing 2 instead, which at that point in the game, you've probably accumulated a decent hand size. You'll have enough Namekians to float into the bottom of your leader, and then have a chance to get your Union, or like just the simple 5k, a 5k. So that's still a card being used as it would in your hand as a combo. 0-5, right?
Not only that. The cards, if they get put under, it's an extra 10k for your battle cards. Under the battle cards, some of them have not 10k, extra 1k. Sorry.
Yeah, extra 1k, and it has to be battle card, and it has to be a specific color. I think one of them said that. Oh, it has to be yellow. Oh, it has to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
While this card is, those are the nail protectors. While this card is under a yellow Piccolo card,
yeah,
in your battle area, that gets 1k power.
Yeah. So like, if you're planning on summoning like the green chain, this card is not gonna help.
I think that might be one of the first instances too where we're getting effects that cards that are underneath, and that's like been a historical thing with Dragon Ball, right? Is that no effects go up. These are actual permanents that say when this card is underneath.
There is one.
What's the other one?
Super 17.
I wasn't gonna say that one, but glad that you mentioned that. The Majin Buu 4-drop. It was the evil Buu that went under the 5-drop, so that he could give the 7 barrier.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it was that permanent. That it's old school card, but it was really good.
I think there was another boo that
Well, yeah,
gives
the
something,
boo
but
was
I'm
they
not
took
sure.
it took, but it was the top card that was taking a skill from a bottom card, like that. It would take a skill from a Gohan. So the most
Mhm.
recent one I've seen is people putting that in Nappa to be able to bring that SS3 Gohan Alliance card, that champion card that was like really expensive, but
Mhm.
no one played, and then it got obviously now it's probably dirt cheap, but it was so you could dual attack with that alliance, and it was just fucked because in Nappa you have free sidemen that are green and red that you can play, and then just alliance them. It's just like, okay, if you play anything 20k or less, you got to ditch 2 life, so have fun every
Mhm.
time. Like it's definitely a fun little thing if it can come off. It's really hard to get it off, that's why you don't see it, but that is, I don't know. I thought that little nail thing was cool as well, but those are my picks there.
Yep, that's my takes as well. Overall, I was really satisfied with the Piccolo leader.
Oh yeah, I think
I thought that was that's been that's like the best leader that has come up in a while for me, at least in yellow,
It is.
because
Easily.
yellow has been kind of lackluster since Icarus.
And Icarus at the time was lackluster too. That was it
Yeah.
was just
Like
Mecha Frieza Town. That's what it was like. Oh, Mecha Frieza's back. Oh,
Yeah.
it's worse than it was before. Whatever. It's not going to be bust and then give it one
No,
tournament.
they made them.
and, yep.
They shouldn't have done the redesign, in my opinion, because now they had to they had no choice but to regulate every single yellow extra card they would think about releasing. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it made sense that Hawaii Mecha had to go.
Yeah. No. 100%. That's like
I mean,
you
even
see the difference between that and SS3. Like SS3 was a definite step down of what it was, but it just became a different deck, and it actually you don't see it as often as you would like a Soul Striker or something, but like we were talking
Mhm.
before this, there's a lot of builds with that deck that can go off. Like, and I know when Bojack came out and Galactic Buster wasn't nerfed, it was
Mhm.
definitely running rampant in SS3 because restand 3, I got all the fucking energy I need for this shit. Have fun. What were you saying, Josh?
Yeah.
kind of blanked.
No, it's all good. Bro,
Yeah, I don't remember right now.
I got stuff to say.
speak.
With regards to the leader, on top of everything else you all had said, two things to also keep in mind. The first thing is that activate battle, like you said, nothing in your hand is ever dead that you put under because you can use it for the activate battle for the 5k. But something to keep in mind is think about other leaders in this game that are deceptively tanky because they have another activate battle of a similar mechanic, right? You look at King Piccolo, like one of the reasons King Piccolo is good, not the only reason, of course. One of the reasons is you activate battle, you get a 5 or 10k combo from your life, and then obviously you can summon your dudes. That's part of the engine, of course. But
Mhm.
the fact of the matter is, you as the opponent have to at least combo to 20k to even attempt to damage the King Piccolo leader, right? So that's already like one thing, and this is already the same idea. Yeah, you're not playing those dudes, but this is a yellow deck that inherently is a color that draws a literal fucking book, and now you have this yellow deck that has repose and yada yada. Oh, I finally get one swing in. Oh wait, I have to go -1 in hand as well as tapping down my energy, and there's a 20k. Like there's so much like that. Like it's gonna be a very tanky leader to deal with because it's very consistent in how it does it as well, right?
Similar to Icarus.
Exactly. Similar to Icarus, similar to KP, and look at the other deck that does that. Android 16, right? Android 16, same thing as well. If you want to even try and get damage through, you got to bait out that activate battle, or you got to combo up to like 25 to even attempt to damage the leader. Same concept, right? So that's already going to make it very tanky, and it's going to have deceptive aspects of hand control to it. But the other thing, too, to keep in mind with that leader, it's Awaken. The alternate Awaken condition puts itself to 5 life, which was that sweet spot we were talking about.
Yeah,
So you have the Frieza army. Exactly. And here's another card that people have been sleeping on was the Guru super combo from Clash of Fate.
Yes. When your life is at 5 or less. Yes,
Yes.
I remember. And it's searchable with Successor.
And Assimilate.
Assimilate. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, with Assimilate. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad.
You have a searchable super combo that works the moment you awaken, That's amazing. So you already have your hard negates active the moment you awaken, so literally like turn 2 going second or turn 3 going first, right? And you have your super combos ready, which not only does the assimilate search it, but your 1-drops, the top 5 searcher can grab it. So like you're gonna be a very hard to kill leader just off super combos and negates and your leader mechanic alone. Forget about everything else. Like the leader is legitimately a toolbox. You have so many ways to build him. It doesn't even matter. Like I know people are saying, "Oh, has no protection. How's it ready?" Shut the fuck up. Who gives a shit? If my opponent is going
Make
minus,
your own protection.
right? Like it doesn't matter because if they're wasting resources to kill these guys, I don't give a shit. Like good job, good for you. You can go the draft box strategy and play the barrier one that like KO something, you draw a card. You can go into slug package. You can go into the new SR. You have so many ways of KOing stuff, so many ways of making your opponent go minus in hand, so many ways of controlling the board, and you have different builds you can do because there's different union targets. There's a lot of different variety you can do. You can go for the skillless beatdown. But like the one that I found was really cool was the one that lets you play a yellow 3 cost Piccolo. That one, it can let you play the Piccolo from Supreme Rivalry, who's a 3 mana deflect blocker 15k, and when he's played, he lets you grab play from I think deck or hand a 2-drop Gohan Future or Gohan Adolescence. Of those, I looked through the full list. There's only 2 targets worth playing. One of them is the new 1-drop Gohan that top 5 searches for Unison replace that Gohan Super Unison, so you can even add that in the deck if you wanted to. The other target that's worth it, it's a little gimmicky, but you could do it. The other one is the Gohan from Crossbeer. What do you call it? The Namekian Booster. That Gohan from the Namekian Booster is a 2-cost 10k, which you can cheat out if you have a Unison. Who cares about that? But basically what you do is like turn 2, you play the Piccolo, play that future Gohan. So you have a 15k swing, a 10k swing, and then that Gohan, you pay 1 and use his ability. I think you sacrifice him to play a 3-cost Trunks Future from your deck. Any Trunks Future. So you can play the Barrier Blocker 20k, you can play the one that Yellow Trunks, although you don't get the full X, so it's better to play either the Barrier Blocker or the 20k Trunks Blocker from set 6. The Barrier Blocker Trunks from set 6, at the end of turn, restands. Not the barrier, just the blocker from set 6.
Yeah,
so he's a
just the
20k.
blocker.
So he's a 20k beat stick. So literally turn 2, you can go leader swing, go into the 15k blocker Piccolo, into the 10k Gohan, into either the barrier blocker Trunks if you want to be defensive, or just go into the 20k blocker Trunks that restands at end of turn to be more offensive. So literally, this is your turn 2 board, and you've awakened, of course, if you're going second. And like, what the fuck does your opponent do? Your super combos are active, your hard negates are active. You got a 20k blocker and a 15k blocker. Like, sorry, like there's so many ways to build this. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's beautiful.
But you also have to make it as consistent as possible.
Exactly.
But the other thing is that does it really need to be consistent as possible with all of these searches and all of these put under? All right, let me just draw, let's search all the cards that I need. So it's just like, do you really need to be that consistent?
On top of that too, yellow, obviously consistency drawing, that's what makes yellow strong. But the thing is here, we were already talking about Assimilate. You're going to be running a 46 card deck, basically, because Assimilate's 4 of those slots, and that's to search out whatever the fuck you want. So, and with being able to draw and search top 5 and on the back drawing too, you're seeing your whole deck. So one-ofs are going to be seen as well too.
Yep.
So
And
there's a
not only
lot of
that-
stuff to trip this deck out.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that was all I was going to end it there.
And because of Assimilate, your Mecha Freezes are live, your Steadfasts are live. You're like those cards are gonna be live. Your defense is gonna be crazy. Live by like turn 2, you could charge. You're gonna run like 3 of the Frieza token negates. So like you're gonna charge like one of them at one point. You're gonna charge 8 extra card at one point. So like you're those things are gonna be live no matter what turn it is. Yep, crazy.
No, literally, yeah. Turn 1, just I got 2 Assimilates in hand. It's just like Dragon Balls at this point. You put them in the drop, grab your shit. Like that's what it is. And I was gonna say, is there any deck that forcibly warps extra cards? I don't think so. It's all battle cards.
No.
Unless
It's
you're
only
overwhelming.
battle cards.
Yeah, unless you're overwhelming, then whatever. But you're not going to do it that early. You want your protection, which this deck doesn't have protection. I think if it did, it'd be completely snapped. And I liked what you said on there, Brer, how it's consistency, you're drawing and all this stuff, and you get to use those cards after, so they're not really lost.
Nothing's dead.
Nothing's dead. but this is also green and yellow, and there's a lot of stuff that board control and hand control, because there's a card there that you're switching into rest mode, you're KOing something 5 or less, and if you KO something, they also got to drop a card from hand. So it's got the mix of both being board control, hand control, and there's double strike crits. There's all this stuff where you're just, I don't know how often you're going to be swinging at the leader where it's not going to be crit or anything like that. So it definitely is deceptively strong.
And don't forget, built-in Champa.
Yep, that too.
Yeah, with the zero cost, right?
You have to pay 1 for the double strike, but the card itself is 0 cost. Yes.
Yeah, and it gains 5k for each card under, so it could go up to 15k, which is crazy for 1 energy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Insane.
one thing that I noticed, it's not a big deal, but like each evolve effect which needs yellow energy are just locked to names and not color. So for future development, those cards can like evolve on new cards with those names. Like it's not saying a yellow Piccolo or yellow Nami or yellow Kami or yellow Nail. It just like straight up just says the name, and you can evolve. So yeah, like you can evolve the yellow green one for with a cost of 4 over the black Kami if you want the one drop that blow up.
Yeah, the one Global United or something like that.
Yeah, this one. So you like if you want to, don't need. It's really good, but you can do it, which is pretty cool. So
Options
It's
are
Namekian.
good.
It's Namekian.
Namekian.
You could-
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you could put under your leader and still do it, right?
I think
Sure.
you can't search it with the leader, but you can. I'm pretty sure it doesn't
Yeah, you can-
specify what color it needs to go under. Yeah, it just says place 1 Namekian. It's just when you search, it's green or yellow for top 5, but on the backside, just place 1 Namekian, draw 2. So hell, you want your
So-
Kami board wipes? There you go.
Yeah, and if you don't feel like you need to use them, just be like, all right, I'm just gonna put them under and then search mine and then draw more.
true. And I really like the. Well, I don't know why, but I love the Universe 6 Namekians, and I like the little engine that they put all around those.
I
two
thought it
cards.
was a nice throwback.
Yeah, I really like.
I thought it was a very nice throwback because honestly, I forgot about them. I don't even know how to pronounce their names. They're just like
Saunel and like Pirna or something. I don't even. I'm not even looking.
Pirna.
yeah,
at it.
like
Purina.
Purina.
Purina,
SNL?
Purina?
Sanel, Sonel, Sunel.
It's like supposed to be like
Wait.
snail or something. I don't fucking know.
I don't know, but hey, it's cool. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was a very cool throwback. I'm glad that they gave 30Ks to give as an option for playing for 1 energy. So it's something.
They work in their deck as well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh.
they do.
Q6, that's true.
Because
Something
they're
just
yellow.
hit me.
I saw your
Yellow
brain blast
sticks,
there.
beat sticks.
Something crazy just hit me. I just realized because you can do the union, of course you can go into cunning strategist, but then couldn't you use cunning strategist then to play the red green Piccolo Jr.?
Yep.
I want to say
Wait.
yes.
Actually, cunning strategist.
Yeah.
That's U7 or Namekian, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
4 or less.
Namekian,
Yeah,
4 or less. However,
less.
the skills are negated for the turn.
That's okay. You can protect it for a turn. If they're wasting spells to remove it, good for them, right? That's less
Yeah.
cards in their hand, but that's interesting. So you could actually go 3 color.
You could.
That's gonna be tight on space, but you could.
Yeah, you could theoretically. I believe for the Piccolo Junior, the Alliance, you need the Alliance a red or a green, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's red, green, or red.
green, red.
I don't think it counts if you have another color
Fine.
attached to green.
Yeah.
the
That's
same
still
thing with
okay, you have green
successor.
cards.
Yeah.
It's
But
fine.
yeah, that Piccolo definitely. I think the cunning strategist is definitely a card worth it for that deck, right? 4 cost Namekian. That seems like. Is there anything even over 4 cost for those guys so far? Everything seems like 4 or 3 cost. You just bring out any of the mainstay guys that they're showing so far, or the old. Pretty sure the old draft block one is a 4 cost too, and
I'm
even
wondering-
older set 4 one is 4 cost.
A simulated ability?
The
Tommy's Power Piccolo. It's called.
yeah, that one. Yeah, the one that had the cool SPR came out with Height of
Mhm.
Mastery stuff. They were like kind of same pose ish.
Mm. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Even the worst reveals for this aren't even that bad. Like you look at the Dende Unison. Yes, I'm not going to say it's the best Unison in the fucking world. Of course not, right? But even that, even just the act of playing it, it already gives you inherent value. And yeah, you can make the argument it can die, but I mean, all you need to do is instead of just, that prideful transformation Vegeta, we can totally just run it in the deck anyways. Yeah, they're going to do their leader swing, and then they play their first card, like, yeah, prideful transformation, you're done. Like, they're not going to kill it.
I feel like that's still like you still don't even need that card per se because of the like I feel like you don't even need it like you would like because of Steadfast and Mecha and the fact that you have free extra cards in your drop area, it just makes it so like you could protect this thing from almost anything really.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's like the worst part of the reveals is that specific card, and even that isn't that bad. Honestly, it is not.
It helps ignore energy. Like if you're planning on playing like the 2 Piccolo chains, like but it makes it so like if you charge the yellow, you could play the green still from your hand. I think. I had to double check because I don't remember. Nope, never mind. Ignore what I said. It says yellow Piccolo. My bad. That's what I get for not reading.
But yeah, like even then, but that's all I'm trying to say is like it's the worst aspect of it, and it's still not bad.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's a pretty good card, honestly.
Yeah,
it'll definitely build up. If you happen to get to the rejuvenate, that's just cool.
That's true.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be good overall. It is gonna be interesting what unison choice you would want to run because obviously you still want some unisons, of course. Like there's good cards in the game like Dragon Fist that you just don't want to ignore its existence. But like, do you run it? Do you need it? Who knows?
That's the thing. That's the thing again too, right? Yellow with unisons, it's just like everything
it's a
else.
Weird mix.
Yeah, every other color is kind of like, oh, green. I need a unison, dormant potential for free, and Frieza. For blue, you want your God Sealing fucking, and then with red, it's different from what unisons, right? Because Piccolo Jr. sure, but you also have Jiren, which has been a lot more popular. Yeah, there you go. But with yellow, it's kind of like what do I really need?
Yeah, Vegeta's just not like if Vegeta had a rest and draw, then you would see a lot more play with it. But the fact that it doesn't and that Steadfast just replaces it,
that's why you'd rather keep the one energy instead of playing a unison for that Steadfast because you draw rest and it still is a blocker too. That was Vegeta. Sure, it's free and it's a blocker, but
I think the only reason why I would play Dende is that it would get me access to a higher marker count and possibly the auto on the SS2 Gohan unison.
That's true.
Because you could play like maybe three Dende unison, 2 Gohan unison. You're gonna draw a fuck ton. Like you're like realistically, you're gonna see them. So like if you start using them, like it's no skin off your bones really. Like it's gonna be a really good time when you play that unison.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be good. What do you think, Josh?
Thinking Way on one shoulder is gonna be broken.
What?
I don't know if you noticed what card that is. It's basically their Champa. It's a one cost 15,000 double strike for the battle for Namekian. And it could be used activate battle to give something, switch it to active and give it 1k for free, or give it double strike. It's kind of nasty.
For one, we gotta make sure everyone knows. For one.
Oh yeah.
A lot of questions on that one.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions because of how like most activate mains, right? There hasn't been too many extra cards that have the additional cost on them, right?
Obvious.
But I'm saying,
only one that I think one of the ones that does is Dirty Burst.
Dirty Burst, and that how many people? No one really played it until SS4 ramp became kind of more apparent. You see it a lot more because you have a lot of energy to do shit with. You're like, yeah, why not? But Everything else has been off battle cards, where battle cards, it's the activate main is an alternate condition to play the card. So that was the only thing, right? Or if extra cards had an ability, it was from the drop that you were using it for anyway. And it's just like, oh, I'm using this active main for free because I can use it from the drop. I'm not using it from hand, so I don't need to pay a cost, blah, blah. And then that's where arguments ensued from that because it was mainly from the cooler card. Everyone's like, oh, you got to pay 4 for it. It's like, no, you got to pay 5. You got to pay the
Cooler
cost.
card and then cell card. Yeah.
And a cell card
So-
too, yeah.
So let's make it clear to the viewers. The double strike, you got to pay 1 yellow.
Oh, that's why I said Champa. It's a
Yeah.
Champa. Champa that has 5k more, depending on what's under it.
I would probably play 2 of them.
Oh, easily. That's it. Just replace Champa in the deck at least,
Oh yeah, that
because it
definitely-
works. It works on your leader too.
Yes, that I think the leader is what's gonna make it kind of busted.
Yeah,
The leader
they
swing is
don't-
just gonna make it deadly because you're gonna use the weight on shoulders, probably go to 15k, and then you're gonna use the leader's activate battle, put an additional 5k, so you have a 35k swing with 1 card, double strike.
Yeah, 30.
Make
That's
that a
before.
study.
That's before combo. That's 35k, and that's a leader too, where that's where Champa's the strongest, right? It's leader shotguns, where it's like I really can't do anything about this. Like everything else, like I could steal it with
And then
everyone's lineage, or I can pop it with.
access to cooler too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deck has access to cooler. And I think cooler is just an inherently good card.
It's gonna be cracked. It's gonna be good overall. And then the other thing is
Yeah.
like even the battle card lets you do some nice like battle tricks on your opponent's turn because it restands like the one with the activate battle. You could
Mhm.
easily just be like, yeah, let me just rest this and KO one of your dudes. Yeah, go ahead and discard 1. But you already swung 15 crit as well, and you already went minus there, and you went minus here. Like so much value.
It
So-
is.
Yeah.
No. Any final thoughts on the Namekian? It seems like we're all much more excited for the Namekian stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I really love.
Yeah.
I think Yardrat Goku, that is one of the best Goku outfits of all the stuff, and I like the idea of the deck. But everyone's just been waiting for Namekian shit. That's the last time we had a Namekian leader. It got eroded. So that's that was the only good one we had.
When the second best dad in Dragon Ball gets a lead, of course,
Who's the first best?
Vegeta. Come on.
Sure.
Well, the Piccolo deck, the Piccolo love has been like people has been screaming for this for a while. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play the Piccolo deck, but damn, it looks cool. Looks really good, and I'm happy.
Definitely
for
gonna
this.
be-
I'm not gonna play
might be
it.
annoying to play against.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm-
I'm still gonna be happy to play against it, but still, I think it's the service that the fan need. I'm looking at you, Bandai. Bardock crew.
Yeah, I was
please.
waiting. I was
Yes,
waiting. I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You're like Namekians. Namekians could get it, but please just give me a leader that says it's treated as yellow. I don't even need a surge leader. I just need.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah.
Give me a vanilla leader and just permanent. This leader is treated as yellow. Damn, I'll be fucking happy.
Because my ideal Bardock's crew leader is that like it could go down to 4 life by itself, and that like if you're using a card in your energy, you could get the top card of your deck. If it's blue, just put it in your energy, so that
if
you're
it's
not
Bardock
losing
crew.
value summoning the apes.
If it's Bardock crew. If it's Bardock
Yeah,
crew,
sorry.
put it in your energy.
Yeah,
But
like
yeah,
that,
just that little permanent. This leader's treated as yellow. Just like don't go over the hill and make it surge leader. You know what happened.
yeah.
The red one, the red Bardock can get itself down to 4 real quick. You just got to play 3 red Saiyans. That's you get down to 4 real quick. I don't even remember. You don't even get a draw in your wake. I've played that deck a couple times, but my God, it's Bardock decks don't get too much love, do they?
No, they don't. I just want the old blue one to get a little bit, at least a new leader. That's all I'm really asking for when it comes to Bardock's crew.
Man, I would take the same leader as Clash of Fate, but with that just little permanent. Man, that leader is freaking good. You swing at 15 burst 1 draw.
Burst 2,
And
I
that-
think.
Yeah, burst 2. You're right.
Oh.
You're right. And sparking 5, you swing at 20 draw 1.
And the second auto on the backside is really good.
Yeah,
I think it's
the
on tap to awaken.
Sure. Man.
I made a recent ape Bardock's crew list recently. It was so much fun. It's like, man, just a little bit.
Yeah, it just needs something that to push it over the edge, honestly.
Yeah. Bro, that ape escape extra card is so dumb. The one lets you play like 4 apes though.
Yeah, I love that
Oh,
one. Love that
whew.
one.
It's so-
That's why I'm saying that like that deck needs some love. Like at least with the leader.
It's just
It's
there. It's
yeah,
just
this close to greatness. This
oh,
close.
for real. It's not bad. Like one of my favorite cards from I think it was Giant
Giant Force.
Giant
Giant Force?
It's the 19k blocker that untaps at the end of no.
The like the
Yeah, it
unison?
untaps at the end of the run and make you draw 2.
Oh, the Goku, right? The Bardock rival.
The Bardock Arrival.
Oh,
The
okay.
draw
Yeah, I
2.
love that
So
one.
good. That's one of my favorite. And what's the one? And the fascia ape and the Borgos ape are one of my favorite too. Which the fascia ape, if you evolve her from her energy, you just like if your energy total is under your opponent's total energy, you just like recur the energy from your top of your deck and replace it right away, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
And the board goes just untap your apes, activate battle on your turn and your opponent's turn, which is pretty cool with all the blockers.
I loved abusing the Tora ape when green was like people were still playing a lot of green because it'd be like, oh cool, you KO'd my Tora. Thanks for letting me ramp, sucker.
Yeah, it just puts itself in energy and rest mode.
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah, I want to play Bardock now.
That's pull it out. I got the dog shit Gogeta here. But
Oh yeah, it's a challenge.
oh, there we go. It'd be like Mew and Android 17 and 18 all over again.
Alright, let's do that. Let's do that Dr. Mew game again.
Yeah, that'll be after this set comes out, and then maybe it'll be a little bit better. You can actually draw cards.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I guess that's our ending talk of Yellow, and let's give the floor to you. Let's hear what you're up to and what the dudes are doing.
Well, dudes, right. Well, right now, like I've literally just been streaming. However, I do have. I'm pretty sure by the time this video is out, it will be over because I think it's tomorrow. we're having a little raffle. Just for like a hat. Just a freaking dude's hat. I happen to have one here.
No,
We're just
Fresh.
doing like literally you just comment on the video and then that's it. You're entered.
it'll
That's how it
100% be
works.
late. I'll guarantee that right now. So thanks to whoever won. Congratulations. So that's
Yep. Congratulations to you. Hopefully you're not in like Europe or something. Because that's gonna be expensive.
hey, we're
But,
calling it right here. If the guy's from Europe, you called it. That's what happens.
Oh my god. It's gonna be a bitch. But hey, we're gonna raffle more things off. We're gonna raffle like packs. We're gonna raffle a custom made deck box. Like there's a lot of more stuff to come when it comes to like just giving out more to the community. And so besides that, we just post videos just to test, and yeah, hopefully we'll do well this upcoming regional. You can find us on.
You got my next question right there. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. You could because I was just thinking in my mind. I'm like, wait a minute.
He didn't say anything.
So with you could find us on YouTube under the Doods. It should have our logo right there. From what you just saw from the hat. And
It'll be
on
here
Twitch
somewhere,
it is. Yeah. And then on Twitch it is the Dudes _ That's our channel right there from Twitch. Twitch, you'll find me there all the time.
Awesome. And what you normally is it webcam, untap?
Webcam.
Okay. fair enough.
Webcam. We're talking with like other teammates. We're talking about like card reveals. We're talking about we're testing. We're just doing a bunch of random stuff that either could benefit someone, might be fun watching, listening, whichever.
No, that's awesome. That's anything planned in the future. I know right now a big thing is getting this regional. You want to obviously fucking practice as much as you can. What is this on? Upcoming Saturday?
This upcoming Sunday, actually.
Sunday, okay.
It's so weird they put it on a Sunday, but yeah, that's what they're doing. If one of us tops, you'll definitely see a video from us. Sorry.
No, it's all good. We've already been going on for an hour anyway. It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
And last question: what are your eyes on next set?
Piccolo. Well, so far, anyways, because they haven't fully revealed the green stuff or the blue stuff. I specifically have my eyes on GT and Piccolo.
Okay.
Because GT, I think, is super good. It does sort of like what King Piccolo does in a way with summoning free guys, but under your unison, and you gain so many markers, and I love that. I love the idea of it. In practice, I don't know how well it is, but I bought the cards for it anyways. Continue.
I can tell you with practice actually, at least for the red matchups, I tested it extensively. It struggles heavily against U7 and KP, but almost every other deck it seems pretty consistent.
Makes sense.
It draws a literal book, right? It's just like those two decks output too much pressure for it to keep up, and U7 can clear its board. And I tested it out where with U7 I could actually on my turn 1 going second kill the unison on my turn 1. I have to push, like I do have to go minus heavily in hand, but then you're stuck, right?
Yeah. No, that
So-
makes sense.
Yeah.
But as I said, besides the GT stuff, I'm actually really looking forward to the Namekian stuff, because Piccolo is actually one of the archetypes, the Namekian archetypes that like I'm like, man, that deck never got enough love. Like it only got a starter deck and then just cards that weren't even meant for the Namekian deck. They're just like generic cards. So I'm really glad that something got for it.
That you're talking about that Namekian expansion without Namekians?
Yeah. Yep, that's the one. It came with a unison that doesn't even do anything for Namekians.
Yeah, I still don't understand that.
What are gonna got this? Namekian. Okay. Put
Dude,
cards in it. It's cool.
Yeah, it was. I thought that was an embarrassing expansion, to be honest.
It was.
It was just a slap to the
What's that?
balls. That's what it was. It was just, you want Namekians? Here, this will be called Namekians. Have fun. Here's Gohan. He wears Namekian clothes sometimes.
That was so stupid. Damn.
But yeah, any closing thoughts here before we go get Carl to do the outro here?
It's my time now? No?
I was
Nobody?
gonna say, this forever hold your peace.
I'm
Oh.
good.
All good. So don't forget Blue Lotus locals tournament online each Sunday 2 p.m. Get there, open to everybody now. I think
Free entry.
pre-entry, yeah. So be there, fun local and everything, and yeah, be there on the next team talk.
Perfect. Well, it was awesome having you swing by. It was definitely a blast talking about Namekians. Obviously, you're saying you're looking forward to it. We could tell you definitely had some fucking knowledge of all the cards going around and already theory crafting what's going on, like this madman. If I'm pointing to him correctly here. I don't know after I do the layout.
Yeah, some cards I'm all like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
That's the
and I'm
mad
all like-
scientist. That's
And then when I read it, when I read the cards he's talking about, I'm all like, what the heck? It does that?
He's all Rain Man.
Crazy.
yeah. No.
Can't wait to play against you though. Can't wait
That's
to
true.
play
That's
again.
the Rising Phoenix from the last team talk. You guys are paired up against each other, so. That,
Oh,
Can't wait to see what you're been cooking for me.
I'll be honest. I usually make a deck before, like a day before I arrange something with someone. The reason why is because I don't want to stress out about it. Like if I
Yeah.
know a deck that I previously played, I play it to the best of my ability. Like I don't want to stress myself out. Is with like logistics and all that stuff. Like I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play it. See how it goes.
I get you. Kind of the same Same
Carl's like,
way of mind.
I get you. I saw him playing Dr. Mew. That's what's going
And
on.
usually
I've
I've had decent results.
I'm gonna play a deck that no one knows.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
did. I got
that's fair.
throttled.
I'll play. Okay, let me see. What's a random deck I could play? I'll play yellow go. I'll play yellow go tanks.
Yellow goat. Oh.
Don't
okay.
use extra cards.
Fire.
Don't use extra cards.
I'll play. I'll play yellow go tanks. How about that?
Oh damn. Okay. Oh man, what I'm gonna play
Because
now?
I have an old build for it that like kind of dominated last time, and maybe I can make it work again.
Okay, I'm gonna do that stupid shit I've been talking for months that I'm never gonna do. I'm gonna play like something like black yellow, maybe Sunshine Run or Xeno Sunshine Run.
This is I guess this will be the fight to the death, and that's where we'll end it.
Here we go.